Hi and welcome to Love Talks online. This is the first of what will hopefully be a series of very short 2 to 3 minute videos where I just get a chance to speak with you directly about some tips of how we can overcome eating disorders as well as maybe answer some of your questions. I really love the idea of being able to just come to you wherever you're at, whether you're in your bedroom, whether you're in your living room, or perhaps you're watching this on your phone, and just really be able to be frank with you and encourage you and hopefully provide some support and some more ideas towards great resources that can help you stay free from eating disorders. So today I wanted to start by just sharing a couple of ideas of how we can help to close the door to eating disorders. And I think I'll go through a couple of these ideas with you. Things that I get asked often is, first of all, is it really possible to recover from an eating disorder? Is recovery from eating disorders possible? And I would say absolutely yes. I believe 100% that you can completely heal, completely recover from an eating disorder. I know that many times, depending on what kind of treatment that you've been to, people say to you that, oh, there will always be some part of you that will be prone to eating disorders. There will always be something that you have to watch out for. And whilst I believe that there is some truth in what those places or people may say, I also believe that it's absolutely true that you can live completely free from being kind of confined into a certain lifestyle pattern by your past. And I'll explain more about this probably throughout this little series. But first of all, I wanted to talk about the first thing today, which is about setting out what you want to have for each meal. And so this is a very simple thing, but it's one of the most difficult things. And I speak from experience as well as the experience of having worked with, mentored many girls who struggle with this. But one of the first ways towards recovering is making a choice that you will have an eating plan. Now, an eating plan is most advisably something that your nutritionist should put together for you. However, if you don't have access to a nutritionist, then there are some very good websites, which I will put some links at the bottom of this video, where you can get help and advice as to what is a good nutritionally balanced meal. Normally, a meal should consist of some form of protein, some form of carbohydrates, and some form of vegetables. And the recommended kind of eating pattern is that you'd have 3 main meals a day: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And in between each of those meals, a short or small, I should say, snack, which could be a healthy snack, like, say, a handful of nuts or a piece of fruit. So normally a good eating plan would begin with breakfast at the very beginning of your day, a morning snack probably around 10 or 11 o'clock, followed by lunch, followed by an afternoon snack, then later followed by dinner, and followed by an evening snack. Now, if you are able to at least construct a eating plan that puts all of those little times of feeding in place, and then try your best to stick to that eating plan, staying consistent with it really is the key. Now, this is something I know that is so difficult because it's at the heart, it's at the root of an eating disorder. How could you possibly eat when you're struggling with the emotions that you're struggling with? But I want you to know that the emotions you're struggling with really is not to do with the food. They really are emotions. And so if you want to recover and if you want to stay recovered from an eating disorder, the first thing you have to do is be able to keep down those meals and being very strict with yourself and saying, I am doing this to be able to come to a place where I no longer have to think about my food, where I can be completely set free, where I can be recovered. And so the simple consistency of doing that every single day is one of the tools that we use that helps us towards recovery. Now, depending on whereabouts you are in your journey toward healing, you may need outside help, and that's why some of the times girls end up in treatment facilities to help them cope with their anorexia or bulimia, and to help in the refeeding process. Also, for others who suffer from BED or compulsive eating, because of the pattern of binging and not being able to set a guideline towards the portion or the proper amount of food to eat at each meal, they also could need extra support and help. What I recommend for you is that if you have any questions about an eating plan, about how to stay recovered and stick to that eating plan, then you must get additional medical help. I always say that we are here to provide support and to provide guidance, but you do need to have a team of people who help you to make sure that you're staying safe and medically sound. And so I'd recommend that you do visit your local doctor or GP and have them help you to find an eating plan that would work for you. But number one rule of closing the door to eating disordered behavior is learning how to conquer that eating plan, putting one in place and sticking to it. Consistency, a little bit every day. We never get it all right to begin with, and sometimes you might find that you stick to it for one day, you can't stick to it the next day, and that might continue for a couple of weeks or days, but eventually with the right help you're able to do that, and that is one of the ways that leads towards complete long-term healing. So I hope that this helped you today, and I encourage you to come back. As I said, I will put the links towards the other websites that I would recommend in finding what is a nutritionally balanced meal on the end of this video, and you'll be able to take a look at that in your own time. In the meantime, I want to thank you for joining us here at Love Talks, and I look forward to seeing you next time.